welcome to another episode of Living Room Wisdom, where your story is your glory. I am Patrina Wisdom, abundance activator, best-selling author, TEDx speaker, and founder of the Pure Abundance Retreat. And it is my joy and honor to welcome Miss Brandy Daniels from Living Your Human Design. Hey, Brand.
Hey, girl.
How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
So we have a lot to talk about because Brandy is a multi-dimensional, multifaceted, multi-hyphenate entrepreneur.
Underline, bold.
Exactly. And so listen, normally I start off the show by asking who is Brandy Daniels, but I think today I'm going to say, who is Brandy Daniels today?
That's an excellent question. Oh my gosh. It's like on the way over here, I was kind of thinking like, how's this going to go? What's the flow going to be like? What am I going to talk about? And what really came through was the human design part of me, that business that I'm really nurturing right now and honestly having so much fun with. Mm-hmm. That's what I want to bring to your audience. And again, that awareness of it, share my passion for it. And yeah.
So, okay. So first off, let's define human design. So for those who don't know what human design is, what is human design?
Human design is amazing, period. Technically what it is, it's a system that pulls from your astrology, from your I Ching, from your chakra system, and from, the tree of life as well. So it pulls from very deep-rooted foundational text using your birthday, your birth location, the exact time of your birth is what makes it very specific to you, right? So literally at the moment you were brought into this earth, this planet, this world, how are you designed? How you're designed to be in relationship with other people, how you're designed to communicate, how you're designed to make decisions, to, transform in your life from a child to an adult, all the things that you are going to experience in your life, whether it's traumatic, it's amazing, it's, revolutionary, you are born with all of those tools already inside you. And so by exploring your human design, in my opinion, it really reminds you and awakens you to all the gifts you were naturally born with, all the things you are fully equipped with to handle anything that comes in this world.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how many, archetypes of human design are there?
Great question. There are 5.
Okay, and what are they?
I'll actually read them in the order of, we'll say, popularity. So generators make up about 70% of the world. Patrina is definitely pure generator here. Generators are the group that are really responsible for why we have what we have.
Wow.
Honestly, yeah, it's you guys who have the energy, the passion to see things through, to bring things into fruition, right? Right after the generators, we have the projectors, which they're starting to there's more projectors coming into power, into leadership roles now. Projectors are here to show us there's a better way. Like, yeah, this has been great. I like how this is going, but we can tweak it a little better. We can do something different here. So they're coming up, and they, in a way, are the visionaries. They're really seeing what else is possible for us. Underneath that, you have the Manigens, or the manifesting generators, which I also love. We consider the manifesting generators like you guys have superpowers. You are the best of a generator with the energy, the passion, the gumption, and you're also part manifester. So you have the ability to also be a visionary, to lead, to initiate, right? After that, we have manifestors, which I am. Love that.
I was going to ask.
Yes, manifestors make up right now about 9%.
Wow.
So that's a huge difference.
You're rare.
So if you go from a generator, which is 70%, manifestors make about 9%.
Basically, she's saying I'm a basic bitch. Y'all heard this, right?
No.
That's what I heard.
Not at all. Again, we have what we have today that works in this world because we're generators. That is huge, right? Manifestors are great too. We are the ones who bring, like, we're going to do this. I don't know how it's going to get done, but let's just go ahead and do it. We'll figure it out on the way. Right. That's how manifestors work. So we get the idea and we're like, let's just make it happen. We'll figure it out. You know, start it, ask permission or forgiveness later. Let's just get it going. So manifestors and generators work so well together because we can get it started and you guys will run with it. Right. We're going to burn out at some point. We're going to be like, okay, that was actually a lot of work. I'm tired. I'm going to go sit over here. You got it. I trust you. You're good. Wow. And then right underneath the manifestor, you have reflectors, which are beautiful and make up less than 1% of the population. And reflectors are there to reflect back to us. They're like a mirror. How things are really going, right? They have an ability that we call sampling. So throughout the month, following astrological transits with the moon, the planets, all those good things, they have the ability to act like a manifestor, to act like a generator, to act like a Manny-Gen, right? Act like a projector. And by doing that, they essentially are reflecting back to us, okay, this isn't working. This is working. This is flowing. So they're almost like, and I confuse which one it is, the thermostat or the thermometer of society, to really tell us what the temperature
Probably
is.
The thermometer.
There we go. Yeah. To tell us what the temperature is like, really, in the space, in the room, on the planet.
Wow. That is so fascinating. Yes. I only knew my own human design, of course. I didn't really understand all of the other ones. But even though I am a generator, like true generator, I've taken the test multiple times to make sure, because everyone tells me, no, that you're a manifest generator, right? Because I think I've cultivated the manifestation part.
Absolutely.
So I think
100%.
It sounds like you can be something according to like the testing, but it is possible to adapt the characteristics of other design archetypes, correct?
Absolutely. So the most common thing that happens is, and I'd have to have your chart in front of me, which I kind of have memorized, but not totally. You know, you could be very close to being a manifesting generator, for example, which I actually thought you were too before I pulled your chart. And there might be times during the month where you are, depending on, again, with the transits, right? And I mean, it goes way deep. So based on like the chakra system, right? And the different energy zones in your body, you know, some of that could be conditioning, just the way you've been brought up, you know, in a good way. A lot of times we hear conditioning and we think, oh, trauma, there's issues or stories there's, you know, old belief systems don't work. But there can also be positive conditioning that has led you in a way to be stronger, bigger, better, all of those things than maybe might have been your nature, you know, so to speak. So, yeah, I mean, you have cultivated the art of manifesting.
Yes. And when it's off, I'm like, is this thing on? Like, hello?
There you go.
But back to you.
Yes.
Miss Manifester. So this explains it all.
Yes, it does.
This explains the multi-hyphenate.
Everything.
Right?
Everything.
So just to give it a low down, not only is she brilliant at the human design, but you also do
marketing.
And you also do
dance.
And you also do
I have a family business, a solar family business. Oh my gosh, so many different things.
The list. Okay, and chefing. She's chefing.
I write poetry.
Yeah, you name it, Brandy done it.
Tour guide, you know.
Yes. And so I am blessed to have this beautiful woman as a part of my team. Now in multiple areas. She's done my human design. She's my assistant retreat coordinator. Yes. She's my marketing and social media lady. And now she's going to be chefing at my California retreat. So, you know, this is my sister now. And she just fits in wherever she is needed and excels in every area. So,
which is also part of my design.
Yeah, true. So between the astrology and the human design and all of the things.
All of it.
So what do you feel is your greatest strength?
Wow. Okay. I want to answer that two ways.
Okay.
So I want to answer that as far as what I have believed it was up until a year ago when I got into human design, and what my design tells me.
Okay.
And I am moving, learning what that is, right? What I thought my greatest strength was up until a year ago was being that chameleon, being able to fit in any situation and take on any personality, role, any of that. What I didn't realize was, one, how exhausting that is, how compartmentalizing it is, where literally it's like, okay, who am I in this group and who am I with this group?
Yes.
And getting confused, right? And then really it's like, in a way, you're authentic because that's all you know. You think that it's okay. But there's also a piece of you, it's like, well, what if I don't want to show up that way today? What if I'm not feeling that way? Is that going to be okay? But you feel like this is who you are and you don't know how to break that cycle. What I have learned through my human design and what I am actively just digging deeper into and exploring with myself is, who is Brandy every single day when she wakes up and she's aligned and she feels good and she's really speaking her truth.
Yes.
Because there's a part of my design where my money maker, so to speak, right? When you look into where your abundance, your prosperity is, it says it's wisdom. And so that means that's me showing up truly authentically, being vulnerable, and sharing my experiences, sharing what I've been through, right? Sharing
how perfect is it that you're sitting in this chair now?
Right. And sharing my truth and not being this way because this group is okay with it. And then, but I can't fully show up as who I am, right? So it's scary. I don't know why that's so scary, but it is scary to really, and it feels like to really take off those extra masks and just have no mask, just have my face, just
be like. So it's no longer who is Brandy today; it's who is Brandy,
right?
And so, who is Brandy?
Brandy is learning. Brandy she's a seeker. You know, I never wanted this title, but a healer in a way, you know, and I see myself healing people, helping people to heal, get on that healing track by understanding their human design, because it has done so much for me in just a year. I mean, it is, the minute my friend introduced me to it and said, "You're a manifester," it was like, that makes so much sense. And it was just like all these blocks finally fit into place, the puzzle fit into place and came into the picture, and I was like, oh my gosh, that explains so much.
And as the manifester, I feel like you have a couple paths you can go. And I don't know anything about human design. This is just intuitive speaking, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. So it would seem that as a manifester, you can easily blow in the wind and fit in and get in and fit in wherever you can, right? Or as the manifester, you can take the wheel and steer it wherever the fuck you want to go.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. That's exactly it. Because the manifester type holds so much power. And one of the things that every type has their trauma, their thing that they're dealing with generationally. Manifestors generationally have been told, you're too much. You're too big. You need to step back. Right? If you look back in history, which I freaking love to do, and pull, leaders, some of the biggest leaders in our history, if you pull their human design, they were manifestors, which is amazing on one hand, because like, wow, look what was achieved, right? But then you also can find those leaders who were just beaten down, who were taken out long before it was their time. And you start to get that pattern where it's like, oh, maybe I can't be that way. It's not safe. And so as a manifester, that is part of my responsibility. I'm supposed to be the one that's like, all right, this is the path we're taking. Either you're in or you're not, right. but we're going this way.
Yes.
Right? A leader. Exactly. It literally says we initiate the path. right? And then the generators are there to keep the path going. The projectors are there to, once that path gets a little worn, this is the new path, right? The reflectors, all right, things are good. This is how we all work together, right? It's so important, again, that the people you have around you, you're all in the same space, right? Higher energy, higher vibe, going the same direction, which is up, forward.
So that makes me think we have to do readings on the entire team. Because I feel that my connection with spirit is such that I wouldn't be surprised if we have all 5 within our team.
That's true.
And thus the magic. Okay, the magic. Yeah, I love that. This is great because I've known about human design, but I didn't understand it, or it hadn't been explained to me in this way.
There you go. My job is done.
See, right. Namaste. So seeing that you're the manifester, and you get to take the wheel and create whatever the fuck you want.
Yes.
5 years, future casting. What are you creating?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so there I can honestly say I don't know. So a part of human design goes even deeper, right? There's a part where it can tell you, are you a specific manifester or a non-specific manifester? I am a non-specific. So I literally, the way I'm designed, I can't fathom something that I haven't actually experienced or seen or touched or anything like that, right? So I can't get too detailed. So 5 years, I have no idea. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in 5 years, where I'm going to be.
How would you like to be feeling? How would you like to be
That's
existing?
the question. Yes.
Where would your joy lie in 5 years?
That I can answer.
Thank you. See, I can adjust.
5 years, see? And it's that simple. Like when you know your team, the people that you're around, how they communicate, how their logic, their brain works, it makes it so much easier, right? I work based on feeling. In 5 years, I want to be feeling completely free, like freedom. And to me, that is being in a space where I am present. Right now, I'm still working through a lot of anxiety that has been built up over the past few years, thinking about things that don't matter, that haven't even happened yet, things like that. So I want to get to a space where I'm fully present with what's in front of me right now, not thinking about things that are taking me away from that. That to me is freedom. Not stressing over things. It's like life is good. Yeah. Life is really, it's abundant. I have everything that I need. And that doesn't mean I'm a billionaire, although I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah, we welcome all of that. Yes.
Right. It's not about a dollar amount. It's not about living somewhere in particular or having material things. It's like I want to feel peace in my soul. And if that can happen sooner than 5 years, even better.
Yes, I believe.
For sure.
I believe it will.
Yeah.
I have seen the acceleration of growth just in the short time that we've been working together, even. So, I see that for you. Yes. Okay. So let's jump into a little something else.
Uh-oh.
What I know, right? She knows me too
that
well.
look.
She knows me too well. So what has been your greatest challenge in life?
Letting go comes to mind. Yeah, I feel like I tend to stay too long at the party sometimes. Yes. Not in every aspect, but definitely relationships, and then like personal love relationships, work relationships, situations, and even like not letting go of things in the past that have happened. It's like I've wanted to believe for so long I'm this person where I can forgive and not necessarily forget, but I can forgive you and we'll move on. It's fine. And I have found over the years that actually I hold some pretty deep resentment.
Just sits and festers.
Yeah, and it's like, and I recently had to come to terms with that with one particular person. I was like, wow, I did not realize how much I'm holding against you still. And like, that is all I see when I see you. I thought I had moved on and it was okay, but it's like, I guess not.
Yeah.
You know, so realizing it's like, yeah, just letting go, being able to really let go and again, be at peace.
So my next question for you is, if you could get the 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, what is it, mile view above, right? I think there's another word I was looking for, but
Bird's eye view.
Yeah, bird's eye view, right? And you're
Yeah.
looking down on your life, and you're looking from a space of not being here physically anymore. What do you want your legacy to be?
Oh, wow.
What legacy do you want to leave?
This one I've thought about a lot. And the one thing that hasn't changed over all of my careers, all of my different ventures in life, is that I just want to leave an impact. I want to make an impact. You know, how big that impact looks, or I want it to be, has changed over the years. But I want to do something or leave the essence of me here that's so big that I'm remembered. Like, it basically comes like that. I want to be remembered. I don't want to leave this earth and there's nothing of me here, right? It's like I want to have an impact on people's lives and generations to come and be a part of something that makes a huge difference in this world.
And if you had to give one word to that legacy, what would it be?
Just impact. Just something impactful that shifts. Shifts, that could be the word. Shifts. Makes a shift. Yeah.
Creating ripples of change.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
And I'm not tied to how that has to look. Like, for so long, I thought it was going to be by me being a fashion designer, which I wanted to be for years. Right?
Really?
It was going to be me working on Broadway in theater. It was going to be being a massage therapist. It was going to be being a cook or a baker. Like, all these different things. And it's like, I'm not tied to, that's not for me to know. I just know that I have been given this desire. Yeah. And it's just for me to continue to show up and be in a space of growing and learning and wanting to evolve. And I'm going to fall into that alignment. And if I fall out, I'll fall back in. But I will get there as long as I know that's where I'm going.
I do feel like there's a through line. The fashion design, the performing, the marketing, the human design. There is a through line. And I feel like I feel like this isn't completely, fleshed out, but I feel like it's kind of like how you want to make people feel.
Yes.
Right? Or like the emotion or the response, the experience of you that you want people to have is the impact.
I hadn't thought of it like that, but I could see that. It's funny, I just had this conversation with a client a couple days ago where it was just like, we don't always see when we're in it, especially like how all these things that we've ventured into and tried in our lifetime still matter. At some point, it all comes 100%. Together. Yeah. And it's not really, again, it's not meant for us to see right now how all the puzzle pieces fit, but there was a reason you did this for a minute,
yes.
This for a little bit longer, or dabbled in this. All of those skills, all of that experience, still, it matters. It comes into play.
Yeah, and now that we're talking about this, I feel like even though the roles that you showed up in all of these different things were different, if I talk to someone who's experienced you in, the marketing space, or if I talk to someone who's experienced you in the chefing space, or if I talk to someone who's experienced you in the heels dance space, right? All of the many ventures, I think that the overarching experience of you is the same. Yeah. So at the core, I'm trying to come up with the word. I'm like trying to feel into the word. But you're right, it is. It's a shift. It's a shift. It's impact. It's bringing it together. It's a word, and we're gonna find it.
Okay.
But that is what you are. You are almost like the gap filler. Like you bring things to completion. Does that make sense? Is there a word for that?
I don't know that word either.
Yeah, well, that's.
But I'm very curious now. Yeah,
I feel like that's how people experience you.
Okay.
In every aspect I've seen you show up,
Yeah.
that's what you do. Like the fact that you can come to Belize to our Pure Abundance retreat for the first year, just meet Rhonda, my retreat coordinator, jump in as assistant retreat coordinator, and it's like you guys have been working together for years. Right? Like no matter what it is, whatever the space is, you have this gift of like stepping in and just shifting it and bringing it all together. So whatever that word is, if y'all want to send us that word,
please let us know.
We'll get to it, because I do feel like that is your legacy. That is literally why you're here on earth. Like that is your gift. It's your superpower.
And it's funny, just as you said that, I realized that I should preface too that, being a chameleon, there's nothing wrong with that, right? My point was saying that I get to find a way to make that empowering, right? Versus me losing myself and just taking on other identities, because that is a gift. Just like you said, I actually hadn't thought of it that way, but stepping into something that was brand new, literally foreign, and being able to just jump in and find my place and step up
and bring cohesion.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We just solved all the problems of the world. This is
manifestors,
awesome.
generators. See
what happens? Magic. Woo-hoo! So of course I cannot let you off the hook on the love thing. I've got to ask you. I've got to ask you about the love, right? So I mean, obviously, we all would like to have a little snuggle in the buggles, and so what? Let's just put it on out there. What do you feel like is the partnership? Like the aspects or components of a partnership that that would really amplify and complement you and your best self.
I knew this was coming. So, but before the new year, I had 2 readings done. I had an astrology reading. I had my own human design, actually 3. And then I had a Reiki session. Where it was a Reiki session, but it was designed to give me like a forecast for the year. All 3 of those sessions, these 3 people do not know each other. All said the same thing. That between March and June, my soulmate, my ideal love is going to come in. And he's going to come in because I'm going to be clear on what I want and what I need, right? And so I'm like, it's the end of March at this point. But what I'm realizing is that I really love my independence. Yes. Like I have no problem being single. I've kind of mastered the art of being single for Brandy. So what I want is truly someone who is going to join my party and make it even better. Right? Like I'm out of that stage where I want someone to complete me. No, I am fully complete. I'm good. I've been rocking this. I'm good. So for me, it's someone who understands, more importantly, respects that independence that I have, is also on the track of wanting to be the very best version of themselves possible and wants that in me. Right? I definitely have been in relationships where me wanting to get better, do the work, was not appreciated. Right. And of course, you lose people, you lose friends, you lose relationships. That's all part of it. But for me, I'm just realizing it's someone who has that mindset as well. And we can travel this path together and support each other, uplift each other, and together, maybe together we're making that impact. I'm not opposed to a Beyonce, Jay-Z sort of relationship, superpower, super cover. Exactly.
I love it.
But yeah.
I love it. I love it not only because you have the clarity but that you actually shared it. Yay.
No one else shared it?
Well, I don't ask everyone the same questions, so, but no, it's just that feels good for me. That landed, and I can see that just by you having that clarity and then you speaking that into existence as a manifester.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun to witness and be a part of and celebrate.
Yeah, and it just goes back to like, that's how I want to feel. I want to feel like I have the space to do still the things I want to do. You know, it's like I've made those lists. 6 feet 2 inches tall and muscular and shortcut hair. Like, that doesn't work.
No, absolutely. Well, I wish you all of the success in the world, but I don't have to wish it because you're a manifester and you're going to make it happen. Exactly. I'm just happy that I'm going to be here to witness it, be a part of it, celebrate it. I'm just excited about all of it. So I'm very excited to have been able to share my friend, my teammate, my love here with you. And surely you got some nuggets regarding human design, but there's also so many other overlapping lessons and nuggets that you can take away from this interview. So with that, we will see you next week here on Living Room Wisdom. Go ahead and subscribe to our podcast. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and share with a friend, right? We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.